Hey guys, my name is Tiny Carrier and I'm an online lifestyle coach. I teamed up with Beachbody in 2011 to help other people live healthy, more fulfilling lives. At the time, I did not pursue the business side of it. I was simply in it for a discount. And as I learned more about what the opportunity entailed, what it could provide for my family, I decided to dive into it head force in 2013. In 2012, I took a step away from everything because I was diagnosed, or I was sick with my colitis. I was diagnosed with colitis in 2009, hit me full force, was not given any sort of symptoms prior to the month-long symptoms of just running to the bathroom. That's really the only thing that I had that was telling me something is wrong. I was running to the bathroom 12 to 15 times a day. Couldn't keep anything in my system. We had no idea what was going on. There was no indication that it would even be colitis because I didn't know of any family history at the time. I had never even heard of colitis. So this was all something that we were trying to figure out. I was being admitted to the hospital every other week. And I was at the doctor's office at least 2 to 3 times a week trying to do tests and see if it was parasites. And then it led to me going into the hospital with some blood in my stool, and basically the entire stool sample was blood, and I was admitted to the hospital. I was given a colonoscopy and was diagnosed with full pancolitis. It was a terrible onset. I had inflammation throughout my entire colon. I was extremely sick, and I was put on prednisone right away. Within, a week, my symptoms had subsided. Now, I responded very quickly to prednisone, but the problem was I became very dependent on it. I was unable to get off of it for 3 years, and I had terrible, terrible flares. I was in and out of the hospital for at least 7 to 14 days at a time, and life was just pretty sucky. I worked a full-time job, I raised 2 kids, and it was very difficult to be a mom for them and be active when I could not get my symptoms under control, because we would try to get me off prednisone since it's not good to stay on long term. And every time I would get down to 10 to 5 milligrams, I would have immediate problems. Typically diarrhea. And this was not something that I could live with. I couldn't take my kids out for fear that I would have to run to the bathroom. If I was going out, I would have to go someplace that had multiple bathrooms. This became a priority in my life, knowing how many bathrooms a place had and kind of popping Imodium to help me get through with my day. And that was no quality of life for me. So when I was first introduced to Beachbody in 2011, I was told about this product, Shakeology, and I knew nothing about the product. I knew that it was healthy, and I knew that it was, had clean supplements in it, but I did not know what was in it, and had absolutely no idea that it could even help me with my colitis. I just wanted to try it. It was kind of like that FOMO, fear of missing out. I was seeing all my friends posting on social media that they were drinking this, and I wanted to try it too. So I tried a sample of it. I loved it, and I decided to purchase it, and that's why I became a discount coach, because I couldn't afford the full price. So I started drinking it every month, but then came the time in 2012, like I said, I became extremely ill. I couldn't keep anything in my system, and I decided that I was going to stop drinking the Shakeology because it helps with regularity, and I did not need any help in that department. So I stopped drinking it for probably a year. I had actually switched to vegan because I thought I was doing an elimination diet. I started doing research in the beginning of 2012 to see how I could heal my gut, and one of the things I was told to eliminate was dairy, to see if my body was having a negative reaction to it. So I switched over to vegan formula, but after having a ton of symptoms, not being able to hold it down, I figured like it was a waste of money to be drinking it and ending up coming out 2 minutes later. So I stopped drinking it, and it wasn't until March of 2013, February, March of 2013, and I was on YouTube and I happened to see a video pop up in the What's Next or Watch Next tab, and it was with Tony Horton, and it was him ringing supplements across the cash register, and it's pretty comical. And I started watching it, and I happened to notice a few things that he was ringing across: digestive enzymes, prebiotics, probiotics, ashwagandha. There was a whole list of supplements that I had recognized because I was taking these in pill form as part of your Heal Your Gut program, right? I was popping about 30 plus pills a day. It was a lot of pills. And I'm not very good at remembering to take these things, but I knew that I needed to try to heal my gut. I was spending well over $200 a month. I would say $250 to $275 a month on the supplements, trying to just heal my body. And when I noticed that these supplements, most of them, I would say about 75% to 80% of the supplements were in the Shakeology, I decided that I was going to replace them with the shake and just, give it a go again. I had some bags of the shake at home still because I had still received them even though I wasn't drinking them. And I got right back on the shake in March of 2013. I decided that I would see how I was feeling. I was in remission at the time because I had landed in the hospital in October. It was Columbus Day weekend of 2012. I was in the hospital for about 9 days, and we were trying to figure out, how to get my symptoms under control. I could not get it under control. I was having a lot of issues. I couldn't stop running to the bathroom. They ended up putting me on a low dose antidepressant medication, a low dose anxiety medication, and also he made a treatment for me because one of the drugs that I was on was giving me a rash, and it was something that I couldn't stay on. It was helping my colitis, but my body was rejecting it. So my doctor decided to take two medications and combine them together and take out the ingredient that he thought was causing the problem. So long story short, the treatment was working for me. I was in remission. I was on the medications from about October of 2013, all of them, including the Ativan and the low dose of the depressant medication. And the treatment that he had made, one of the drugs was actually a chemotherapy drug, and they had to use gloves to administer it, and there was a radioactive sign outside my door. It was pretty serious stuff. So I was on that until March of 2013 or April of 2013. So since I was in remission and I started drinking the shakes, I wanted to give it a full month before I weaned off anything. So I went a full month with my Shakeology and my medications, and then in April of 2013 I slowly weaned off my medications. Now I'm not telling you to do this. This is what I did. I didn't ask for a doctor's permission. I felt pretty comfortable and confident that if I did have a flare-up, I would easily be able to get back on the treatments that I was doing. It wasn't anything that, needed to be tapered, but I was tapering it myself just to kind of slowly wean off. Like I said, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not giving you this advice. I'm telling you what I did for myself. And by May of 2013, I was completely off on my medications, and I continued drinking the Shakeology, and I have not had any symptoms ever since. And we are in September of 2017, so it's been over 4 years, and I've just been doing the same things. I've been drinking my Shakeology every single day. I haven't missed a day, maybe one day in a year, if that. I'm really, really good. I treat this as if it was my colitis treatment. It's not, there's nothing that says it is treatment for any sort of disease, but this is what's worked for me. I know that the supplements in it do help heal colitis because I did a Heal Your Gut program through somebody who is licensed to teach this information, and the supplements are part of that program. So I do know that the supplements in this can heal your body. They can. But what happens is healing your body when you're in a flare is very difficult because anything holistic takes time. It's not a quick fix. It's going to take patience. It takes time. It takes consistent effort of doing the treatment every day. You know, taking all those pills, you have to remember to take them. That was one thing I didn't like. I didn't like taking pills. I always seemed to forget to take them. There was so many of them. I had to keep like a little pill container that like told me exactly when to take things. And it was just getting to be out of hand. You know, with 2 kids, I didn't have time to be doing that. So I was so happy when I found out about this shake, that what was in it, and I already had it in my house. So that's why I jumped into it. After all of the, the healing that it has done for my body, I decided that I was going to go all in with this business. I did not become a coach, actively work in the business prior to this until my belief in the product, was huge because of what it had done for me. So of course I'm going to promote it because it helped me, and there was no way that I could back out of this now. I knew that I needed to help other people. This has completely changed my life. I haven't had any symptoms. I haven't had any flare-ups. My colonoscopies I have to have one every year now. The last time I went 2 years. I just had one in August of 2017. He saw a very small pocket of inflammation, like at the lower colon, like a very, very tiny. He thinks it was related to me taking aspirin, and I was taking Excedrin migraine and ibuprofen. And I take it a lot because I had a lot of sinus issues, and I didn't realize that I was supposed to stay away from those drugs. So now I'm back on Tylenol. I haven't felt anything funny with my gut. I'm pretty confident that I'm back to where I was before. I did take some slippery elm, which is another drug, another supplement that I do take. It's not in my Shakeology, so I have it on the side. I do have a list of supplements that I still keep on hand that aren't in my Shakeology, that if I ever have any problems, I go right back on them, because I'm not taking this, I'm not taking any chances. I'm going to be proactive and not reactive this time and stay on top of things. I know that if I do drink, typically I don't drink, but if I'm having a drink, special occasion, and I love Kahlua mudslides, but they do cause stomach upset, I start to hear gurgling noises and I get a little nervous, and I just take some slippery elm and it goes all away, and I never have any problems. So that is something I highly recommend as well. So I hope that if you're having problems, that you do your research, that you see how important it is, how digestive enzymes, probiotics, you want to have the live culture version of it. Slippery elm, like I said, the things that I've mentioned in this, stress relief, anything that you can do to minimize stress, because that's going to cause problems. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I've done a ton of research now. It's been 5 years, 5 years since I've been researching how to heal your gut, because I'm always trying to stay up to date and learn new things, just in case I do have that flare, because I don't want to have to go through what I went through again. So I hope this was helpful for you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be making tons of videos on this topic, and I hope you have an awesome day.